Hey everyone. All right. So today is okay. Well, for me, all right. For me today, hi. I'm just gonna cut this. Hey everyone. So for me today is June 24th. For you today is June 28th or later. I am currently out on the road right now, touring with my band. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm out on the road going to see a couple family members, stopping at a couple locations along the way. Um, I'm going to be gone over the Canada Day week period. As a matter of fact, I will be spending Canada Day in the Kingston area. And because I'll be spending the Canada Day in the Kingston area, I'm going to go out of my way on my trip to go into Kingston. And from Tragically Hip Way in Kingston, I am going to review these two Tragically Hip CDs. You'll see that they were special offers. Bought them 2 for $15. I bought them specifically for this trip. I am not a huge Tragically Hip fan. It is the one spot where, as a Canadian, I fail. I'll get into this when I review the Tragically Hip, but I'm going to listen to these on my road trip on my way up to Kingston. So when I get to Kingston, we can do the hip and we can do the hip with style. Even with my not being a hip fan, they're a Canadian band. They're Canadian heritage. They're very important to Canada, and they have to be shown, I think, the appropriate love. So I'm happy to be able to do these two albums and not have to do 100th Meridian. So that's why I bought these two albums specifically, because that song was not on them. I hate that song. That song is one of the reasons I actually hate the hip. Okay, going on though, while I'm on my road trip, I bought some other CDs as well, Canadian as well. Sum 41, yeah. Now, I don't remember where Sum 41 is from. I'm going to have to check into that, because with Sum 41 being Canadian, and I know they're, I believe, in my line of what I'm driving. I really should check. I should do the Sum 41 album from where Sum 41 is from. That would be fun too. So I'm going to check into that, because that was 2 for 20. As you can see here, 2 for 20. I need to know another album, so I pick up Slipknot. So I'm not a huge Slipknot fan, but I don't mind Slipknot. And every Slipknot song I really, really enjoy is actually from this album. And 2 for 20. And this has got a bonus disc with a whole extra, whack of stuff on here, which I look forward to hearing. 2 for 20, can't complain, right? $10 each, 2 for 15. Perfect for brand new road trip material. And since I'm road tripping in Ontario, it's good that I'm covering Ontario bands, right? Okay. Slipknot is American. They're from Iowa, one of the most boring places in the US. Who wants to go to Iowa? So, we're just going to ignore that. Now, there was some Wasp that was requested. One of the Wasp CDs that were requested is not in my hand, because it's actually sitting in my car right now, and I've already started listening to it. And that would be Headless Children. Headless Children is currently in my car being listened to for reviewing. And then Crimson Idol was requested, so that's ready for the road trip, thanks to Drew. And KFD, I told you Drew would have it, man. Drew had it, came through. He brought out KFD, and Drew looked at me and he went, "Oh, you're not going to like this one." I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Oh, no, 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 no." I'm like, "Okay, thanks for the warning." He goes, "Yeah." And I go, "KFD stand for what I think it stands for?" "Yeah." "Okay." Drew knows what I'm like musically, and most of the time, if he says I'm not gonna like something, it's usually a pretty good bet. Once in a while, I'll surprise him, like, "No, I actually dug this, or I like this, or I thought this." SOD said that. He's like, "No, you're not gonna like it." And with SOD, I mean, I'm not a fan of SOD, but he was surprised at how much I actually enjoyed some of it. All right, and then Drew was wondering, dude, he said, why would he request all the albums for the 80s and not request Inside the Electric Circus? So Drew gave me Inside the Electric Circus as well. So that way I've got everything 80s covered. He was confused. So you need to write in the comments down below. I'm not calling out anybody's names in particular because I don't know if I'm allowed to on this one. But down below, you need to, in the comments, explain yourself to Drew and why you didn't ask for Electric Circus specifically. And then when Drew was going through, he thought, you know what? I'm going to grab this one out for you. And he grabbed me Devin Townsend Empath. I am kind of familiar with Devin Townsend. I know his stuff I can't remember the name of the band that he was in before. And Drew's told me 100 times and I keep forgetting. And I know I don't mind the band that he's in before. And I've heard some of his solo stuff as well. I don't remember any of it. But I do remember I didn't mind Devin Townsend. So we're going to give that a check out and see how that goes. Also, while I'm on my trip, I've pre-recorded a bunch of reviews. So the entire time I'm gone, you're going to be watching Judas Priest. No, sorry. Not Judas Priest. Dio. Ryan James Dio. Got my hand on a nice Dio set. So the whole time I'm gone, that's what you'll be watching, I believe, is Dio. Let me double check on that, actually. I know Dio's there, a lot of it. Man, there was a lot of Dio I covered. Okay, so. Yep, okay, so while I'm gone, you're going to get Dio. You'll already had Sacred Heart at this point. Okay, yeah, so while I'm gone, you're going to get Dream Evil. Lock Up the Wolves, and Strange Highways. You'll get this. You'll get 2 more other little commentary videos. There's a lot more Dio after that. After we get done the Dio, I will be into one of the special little videos you're going to get as actually the unboxing for the Reload box set, because that'll be coming and I'm super excited for that. Friday morning, I have to go grab that, but you're watching this, I think, on the Sunday, so I've already got it in my hands. So there's going to be the whole multi-review, the whole kitchen sink bit, like I did with the Load box set. The albums I just listed off are going to get mixed into there. And there's some albums I didn't mention that are going to get listed in there as well. Because there's a bunch of reviews I've been recording special too. And they're going to be all over the place. So I'm going to kind of be cutting, splicing, dropping, and throwing chunks here, there, and everywhere for reviews for the next little while. Basically, the whole summer, I think, is mostly planned out at this point. Maybe quite into the fall at this point, too, at the rate I'm going. Once again, folks, I love comments. I love suggestions. They spawn new episodes. I would never have done the big glam and shock rock thing if it wasn't for comments that were made in my comment section. So please, I really do like the comments. I've been going back, redoing all my reviews, like re-updating them, getting them. That's another new thing. You're going to notice at the end of the videos now, there's the 2 options that come up. The next, whatever the newest video is, comes up on the one side, and then on the other side, it'll either be whatever YouTube suggests for you or sometimes what I suggest for you. Because there's some albums where I like to have it go from suggest going from one album to another, especially when I've accidentally recorded multiple reviews for the same album, or when I've intentionally done it. Because Alice Cooper Killer, I've intentionally done it. And at this point, there's been 2 accidental re-records. There was an Elton John tribute album I've accidentally re-recorded, which I did not, I checked for, and the way it was listed or titled versus the way I searched for it, it didn't come up properly. So I accidentally re-recorded an Elton John tribute album. And then there was an Alice Cooper, I think it was Easy Action, I've recorded twice by accident. So I'm going through and I'm linking videos certain ways, and I'm updating links and comments so everything's similar the whole way through. Sometimes the link that it's not the suggest or what would be the suggested side will throw you over to a completely different YouTube page, even by my choice. Sometimes it'll take you to, depending on what it is, it might take you over to my band, the Howling Odyssey YouTube page. Sometimes there's a couple on my Confessions of a Domestic Engineer that'll jump you over to Confessions of a Lego Imagineer, which I might eventually change on that. Yeah, outside of that, I don't know if I have anything else to add here. So yeah, I've been hard at work at everything, updating my YouTube, over 700 freaking videos. Almost 800 reviews, and then there's all my non-reviews, and I'm creating a bunch of playlists too. There's playlists galore now, done specifically by bands if I think it's worth doing it for a band. Soundtracks get their own. My TV and movie reviews have their own playlist now. I think preview reviews might have their own now. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm putting a lot of work into the YouTube site, and I'm putting a lot of work into these reviews, and yeah. So comments below, please. Like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications, please. Like button, subscribe. I just said those. A couple links worth checking out. One will take you to Patreon. The other one, there's always two links. I always say there's always a couple links worth checking out. With going through and doing the updates, it's almost always going to be the Howling Odyssey YouTube page and my Patreon. All right, folks. And I am going to eventually work on putting stuff onto Patreon as exclusives, or that'll go on Patreon first before it shows up on YouTube, stuff like that. That is going to be a thing. Outside of that, yeah. Peace, love, take care.